sympathies and condolences to the families, friends and colleagues of those that tragically lost their lives on that aircraft. The ATSB's transport safety investigators, who are on the scene and have been on the scene this morning a short distance from here, have begun the process of meticulously and thoroughly investigating the circumstances surrounding the accident, and will be remaining on site for probably the rest of this week. The full sequence of events leading up to the accident aren't fully understood at this stage. However, I can offer you the facts as we know them at this stage. What we do know is that the aircraft, a de Havilland Beaver float plane, registration November Oscar, departed the area near Cottage Bay Inn at around 3 p.m. on the 31st of December for a return to Rose Bay with the pilot and 5 passengers on board. The aircraft took off in a northeasterly direction, followed by a turn to the northwest, and then a subsequent right-hand turn prior to impacting the water. A short time after that, the aircraft sank and is currently on the bottom of the river in an inverted and slightly nose-down attitude. Our investigators over the last 2 days have been working closely with New South Wales police divers to ascertain exactly the condition of the aircraft on the surface, rather on the bottom of the river, and are looking at how we might be able to recover that aircraft. It's our hope that we will be able to raise the aircraft to the surface by the end of this week. We will be doing some planning around that throughout the rest of today to make sure that we can do that completely, so that the aircraft is as intact as possible, so that we can commence further investigation. In terms of what our investigation will involve now, we will be looking at a number of areas, particularly around the aircraft's components. We'll be removing those and examining them. We'll also be looking at any recorded data that might be on the aircraft. So that could involve both avionics or instruments that are attached to the aeroplane, but also things like mobile phones, iPads, GoPros that we'll be able to recover data from, which may give us some insight into the sequence of events that led up to the accident. As well as that, we'll be looking at the maintenance records of the aircraft. We'll also be talking to the operator. We'll look at the pilot background and experience, and also, as we have been over the last couple of days, speaking with witnesses to piece together those final moments before the aircraft impacted the water. In terms of what the investigators on scene and their background, we have 3 investigators and myself. The experience that we've got on site are in the fields of aircraft operations, a couple of pilots, we have aeronautical engineers and investigators with experience in data recovery. In terms of how much longer on site, we will be here for probably the rest of this week, and then after that the investigators will return to Canberra, where they will begin analysing the collected evidence and preparing a report. If there are any witnesses that haven't yet come forward, the ATSB is appealing for anyone who has witnessed the accident to make contact with either us or the New South Wales Police. You can contact the ATSB on 1800 020 616, and we are particularly interested in anyone that might have footage of the accident itself, or even the operations of the aircraft any time prior to that accident. So in terms of what we'll do after this phase of the investigation, we'll go back to Canberra, analyse the collected evidence and prepare a preliminary report, in around 30 days. That will outline the basic facts of the occurrence as we know them, and will involve the outlining of all the information that we've collected in this on-site phase. Following that, the investigators will prepare a full report which will outline exactly what caused the accident as best that we're able to glean from the evidence we've gathered, and that will be publicly available. It's important to note that throughout the course of any of the ATSB's investigations, if we do identify any critical safety issues throughout the course of the investigation, we will immediately notify the relevant authorities and organisations to ensure that appropriate action is taken to remedy any issues that we've identified. This is a tragic and sad end to 2017. It's the ATSB's role to investigate transport safety accidents and incidents such as this, and to work out what happened with the key goal of trying to prevent accidents like this happening into the future.